Hi everyone, this is Kassie and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of May 9 to May 15. Thank you for your comments and your kind words. And if you like my style of reading the cards, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and push the notifications button too, to be notified for anything new that comes up in my channel, my weekly forecast, the full moon and new moon rituals, or videos that show you how to make magical tools you can use in your visualizations and meditations. Today we are using the linestrider tarot, which means walking in two worlds, on the edge of magic and logic, human and animal, one foot in each world to discover guidance and insight. If you want to find me for a more personal consultation, you can reach me on my website www.kassiekai.com, an online psychic platform where I offer live chat readings and where you will get 3 free minutes with your subscription. To watch last week's predictions and get an idea of how energies change and shift from one week to another, go ahead and click on the link above. For Aries we had the Seven of Swords and this week is the Chariot. The Seven of Swords shows that something around you was not very clear or someone was not very transparent and maybe something was not as it initially appeared to be. Or someone made you feel that they were hiding something and you felt they were not honest with you. That could cause you to feel a little confused or powerless, as you could not really see what is going on, and that must have triggered some insecurities or uncertainty. But this week you have the Chariot, and that's a card of power and control, meaning you are coming into your power again. You are finding your strength again, and you are basically taking control of a situation in a way that puts you in the leadership position. And now this is not so hard for you, Aries, because you are born a leader, so you will feel in your element this week. Now you may have 2 different options to choose from, or you and another person are exploring 2 different paths, options or ideas, but you may not be in agreement at the moment. The Chariot has 2 horses that look at different directions. So this week you may have to deal with a contrast that could be caused by the energy of the Seven of Swords, and you may feel that you cannot really trust anyone but yourself at this stage. Also, you may have to deal with someone who's a water sign. The Chariot is usually a Cancer sun or ascendant, and if you are wondering how this person feels at the moment, they are rather closed off emotionally because they are scared they will get hurt and they raise a protective wall. So if you are connected with someone who acts guarded and reserved and you cannot really figure out what they want, you need to give it some time so that this person will trust you fully. If you want to know how something will progress, there will definitely be developments, but not without much effort. So there's a relationship that's being challenged in some way, or you are facing obstacles. There will be improvement, but not overnight and not without effort. The words too much work come to mind with this card, so if you are not willing to invest time and energy in something, perhaps you should explore easier options. Even if you feel that you are willing to invest your time and energy, it's important to decide first whether something is what you want or not. The end of the week holds the greatest energy now, so it will be Saturday or Sunday that you will feel the energy of this card the most. For Taurus, we had the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Pentacles for this week. The reversed Knight talks about obstacles, blockages, especially when it comes to practical matters, to everyday plans. So perhaps your plans met resistance last week and someone put obstacles in your way and you felt that you didn't know what to do and how to proceed, but now with the Eight of Pentacles you will be making solid progress and plans and things will be much more clear to you. The Eight of Pentacles is work, so this week you will be very busy, but that's not just about work or money, it's also about the effort you make for your relationships in order to create a secure environment for you, for your loved ones, for your partner. Also, it's possible that someone will come to you asking for something. It could be a favor or even something that they will be willing to pay for. Not necessarily with money, but it could be an exchange, for instance. You do something for them and they will do something in return for you. However, the fact that will come to you asking for that favor will make you feel that they appreciate you, that they believe in you, that they believe you have the knowledge, the experience to do what you want them to do. Now, this could be romantic too. For instance, someone may come to you with a plan that you need to work together to bring into reality. And that might be a plan that started a while ago, and now you are headed towards the next stage. If you want to know how someone feels about you, their feelings are growing and they are willing to put in the work that a relationship requires, and at the same time they may be working out their feelings and they want to learn more about you. If you are wondering about how something will progress, there will be a slow, steady and methodical approach that will give long-lasting results. The Eight of Pentacles often shows that if you had unfinished business with someone, this week you will get the chance to get closure or to decide if you want to continue with them. The end of the week seems to be very strong. Saturday, Sunday have the strongest energy, and we had a very powerful new moon in your sign these days, and you can see how to tune into its energy if you watch the video on the link above. For Gemini, we had the Star and now the Two of Cups. Positive energies continue to be around you, Gemini. The Star shows that things must have started to look up last week. Maybe you set a very high goal and that made you feel very excited, and perhaps you received guidance too, a thumbs up from the universe. And with the Two of Cups this week, another person is going to join you to form an alliance, a partnership, or a relationship. And it will be in a very harmonious way, in a way that is beneficial to both of you. The Two of Cups represents a romantic union, but it's also about finding the right person to connect with at any given moment. There will be a very positive meeting where someone will express their feelings to you. They will express how they see you and what they expect from your connection. Also, a relationship will start looking much more positive, more promising. The Star you had last week shows that you will start seeing something under a more positive light, and that will be because someone will make a move that you will appreciate very much and will make you feel very positive about your connection and very optimistic about the future of your relationship. And speaking about relationships, relationships may now get more official and you will feel very happy for that. If you are wondering how another is feeling about you, they are very much in love with you and they definitely feel a strong connection to you. However, if you're suffering from a broken heart, under this energy you will have to heal yourself by taking care of yourself. Remember to love yourself more than you love someone who hurt you, and you will see how life is transformed by a little self-love. The Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer, which means that your empathy, your compassion will be heightened and you will be very sensitive to the feelings of those around you and to your own feelings, which means that you will often get intuitive impressions, and you should trust your intuition at this stage because it will be strong and clear. The beginning of this week seems to have the strongest vibe, so it will be around Tuesday that you will experience this energy the strongest. Make a note for the days between June 21st and July the 1st, because it's then that you will probably meet someone you will click with. For Cancer, we had the Six of Wands reversed last week and now the Seven of Pentacles. The reversed Six of Wands shows that maybe you made a deal or an agreement that was not really balanced. Maybe you made many compromises and you don't like that, but it was necessary at that stage so that things could move forward. This week you will decide to slow down and you will let things unfold naturally, organically. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. It's one of the slowest cards in tarot, and shows that you've made efforts and that you are now waiting for the results. The Seven of Pentacles will put you in a waiting mode probably, as you will feel that you need time to figure things out or to make preparations for something. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, their feelings are in the process of growing. The first seeds have been planted already, and you are going through the various stages and processes that are needed for a relationship to develop. Since the Seven of Pentacles is such a slow energy, often it is accompanied by feelings of impatience, so you or someone around you may start feeling impatient, and what could really sabotage a situation and the progress of something would be to start pushing things to develop prematurely. It would be as if you are trying to force a flower to grow and bloom, which will end up in destroying the flower. The Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus, which means that Saturn, the great taskmaster, will put limitations to things we enjoy doing, because that's what Taurus represents, in order to teach us a lesson. So if you are overdoing it with something, and something that you find enjoyable, this week you may have to discipline yourself and do less of that. Between 11 and 20 May, you may decide that something is too much work and you will be tempted to give it up. If you are wondering how someone feels about you, they are waiting for something from you. It could be a reaction or a message, and they must be feeling a little torn, as they feel that the connection with you would be a long-term commitment that they may not feel ready or willing to make if something they're waiting for does not happen first. So perhaps they are waiting for a green light, so to speak, that will allow them to decide what they want to do about your relationship. For Leo, we had the Justice and now the King of Swords. These two cards have a very similar energy, in the sense that the Justice is a card of logic, and so is the King of Swords. They both love logic, honesty, transparency. It appears that there is a person, air sign or ascendant, who will play a role, a leading role I might add, as the King of Swords is a card of control. He wants to lead. He does not like other people making decisions for him. So if you are trying to control such a person or to manipulate them or patronize them in any way, you will meet strong resistance. Also, there will be a discussion where you will clarify things, or someone will give you explanations, or if you need help with a professional matter, there will be someone who will help with their valuable experience and knowledge. The King of Swords could also be related to legal matters, so if you need legal advice, this will be a good week to do so, and the message here is that perhaps you are dealing with something that you cannot resolve by your own, and you need expert help. If you are wondering how someone feels, their feelings are filtered through logic, and perhaps that makes them appear cold and distant, but that doesn't mean they have no feelings. It's just that they do not allow their feelings to control them, which can be perceived as coldness or indifference, but that's not necessarily the case. It's possible that under this energy, someone will appear to be more distant than before, or they will take distance. This will last for approximately 2 weeks, and then the energy seems to be changing again. If you notice that someone's taking distance this week, or that they aren't as communicative as they were before, it's advised that you don't chase after them, because that will make them become even more distant and unresponsive. It appears that they need to deal with their thoughts and feelings, especially if there has been an argument or a disagreement between you and them. Since it appears that at the moment they are still stubborn, it's best that you give it some time so that they find their balance again and reach out to you. For Virgo, we had the Queen of Swords and now the Three of Cups. Things are getting more mellow this week. There will be positive energies and supportive people around you. The Three of Cups shows friends or a group of people you will feel very connected with, very close to, people who are on the same wavelength, and there will be a celebration or you will be invited to a social event, a party or a ceremony, and there will be a very positive meeting for you. You may meet a new friend this week, or an existing friendship will get stronger, and one of your friends will make a gesture wanting to show their appreciation to you, their love for you. If you're wondering about someone's feelings, their feelings are friendly and they are growing. Maybe you haven't reached the stage when things are getting romantic, if that's what you want to happen, but it's very possible that you are on the road to there, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a friend around you, someone you will start seeing with different eyes, or a friend of yours will start flirting with you and you will suspect that they feel attracted to you. All these things are possible under the energy of the Three of Cups. And that person may be an air sign or ascendant, as the Queen of Swords you got last week indicates. And since these two are very different energies, with the Queen of Swords being rather distant and detached emotionally, what you should expect is that someone who was not very responsive or communicative will get more emotionally engaged, more open this week, and they will be communicating with you on more friendly terms. The middle of the week seems to hold the strongest energy, so around Wednesday is when you should expect to experience the most intense energy of the Three of Cups, while between 2 and 11 July you will probably attend a very significant event or celebration. Astrologically, the Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer, and that favors communications, messages and talks that have to do with feelings. So if you want to have a serious talk about a relationship, about how you feel, or about how another feels, that's a good week to do so. For Libra, we had the Queen of Wands and now the Four of Swords. The Queen of Wands is a card of power, and you must have felt in control last week. And maybe you made a move to show another that you are in control and that you intend to remain in control. Maybe some of you came across as too demanding or too controlling, but perhaps that's what was needed, since the Four of Swords indicates now a stage when things are getting calmer, more stable, more secure, and energies are slowing down and settling down. So your actions last week must have brought some stability in a situation, which means that whatever you did was the right thing to do and had a positive effect, a positive influence. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, if there has been an argument, this week there will be a reconciliation. As the Four of Swords is the card of peace, also of rest. It's the moment when you take a break and cease fire, so to speak. And yes, that's usually a temporary situation. I would not expect this energy to be permanent or to mark a final resolution, as there is this sequence in tarot from the Ace to the 10, with 10s being the strongest energy of their suit. The 4 is, let's say, midway to your goal, and there are still several stages before you achieve what you want. In any case, you may decide to take a breather, to make a pause that could be a pause in arguments, like I said, or a pause for reflection, and you will decide to take some distance, or another will take some distance. But if things have been challenging, difficult, energies will get calmer and you will feel much better. Astrologically, the Four of Swords is Jupiter in Libra, and that will grant you good luck in communications, partnerships, and social activities. If you need to write an important message or email, this is a good week to do so. This week is also great for beauty treatments like spa, massages, and holistic therapies. If you want to change the color of your hair or try a new haircut, you can do so under the beneficial energy of Jupiter in Libra. Around Thursday is when you will experience the strongest energy of this week, and you may even decide to remove yourself from a situation that appears to be too challenging or too draining. For Scorpio, we had the Six of Swords and now the Two of Wands. You must have decided to take some distance from a stressful situation, and that was very much needed indeed, because your decision, your choice to do that must have opened up new options for you, new possibilities. The Two of Wands is two different options you will explore and you will have to choose from this week. Maybe last week you were traveling or you were exploring new destinations in life, literally or symbolically, and now the exploration seems to be over and life will present you with two different options. If you did not expect that, this card at times does bear the element of surprise, you may feel uncertain or confused, not knowing which is the best option for you to choose or the best thing to do. This is a very high energy card, the fire card, that will energize you, especially since you had an air card last week, and air and fire strengthen each other. So all those ideas and plans you had will get more intense, stronger, and you will definitely see progress this week. You will feel that things are developing. If you are wondering how things will go with someone or something, developments will be fast, events following one another. At times you may not be able to keep up or make decisions on time. The Two of Wands is Mars in Aries, a very strong placement for Mars. It gives great vitality, so health is getting better too. Health issues are getting resolved. You stop procrastinating despite the fact that there might be some indecisiveness. If you want to know how someone feels about you, there is attraction, sexual intensity, warm feelings, but maybe they don't know how they want to proceed yet. They will make a move, even if that moves come from a place of hesitation and uncertainty, and then they will wait for your reaction, like a game of chess. Tuesday seems to be a strong day this week, as there will probably be some intense energies, and then you may have to review or reassess something that happened around end of March, beginning of April, that now appears to present new options or alternatives. For Sagittarius, we had the Knight of Cups reversed and now the Ace of Wands. That's a very different energy from last week. The reversed Knight of Cups indicates that something must have stopped you and you decided to slow down, to stop, or to give up altogether. But you did the right thing because it's clear that there was a need to reassess a situation, to understand it better, especially when it comes to the emotional aspect of it, to how you feel, to how another feels, because often under this energy there's much emotional confusion. Now the Ace of Wands is no more about feelings, it's about taking action. It's not so much about doing what is right, it's about doing what you feel passionate about. It's something that draws you in, something that's calling you, urging you to take action, and that will help you to get unstuck if you are feeling stuck. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning in relationships or a professional new beginning. The Knight of Cups is the emotional aspect of a relationship, but the Ace of Wands is the physical, the sexual. That's why sexual energies will be strong this week and you will feel very attracted to someone or someone else will feel very attracted to you, and they will show it in a way that leaves no doubts about what is going on. Aces represent messages, but this ace is primary action, so it may not be a verbal message that you will receive, it will be a gesture most likely, or someone will do something for you. They will show you they care through acts of service. Time seems to speed up this week, and so do developments, and the right timing is now. So if you're wondering what the right timing to make a move is, the answer is now. The beginning of the week seems to be particularly strong, so get ready for some very intense energies around Monday and Tuesday. You will feel very energized, very inspired, and someone will make a move that will trigger a series of events and developments that will continue to unfold until the end of the month. So expect that this will be a busy week, busier than the previous one at least, and things that have been delayed will now start to move forward finally. For Capricorn, we had the Ace of Pentacles and now the Tower. With the Ace of Pentacles, there must have been an opening for you, an offer, a new beginning, or a document you received last week, something you needed in order to open a door for you. Now this week the Tower indicates a shake-up that's much needed though, as there are things that need to happen, and it could be something unexpected, not necessarily bad, but something that will surprise you. The whole idea of this energy is that there is something that you need to know, and that will be revealed this week. So it could be that you find out that someone you trusted is not really trustworthy, or that something you thought was true is not. And at this stage I want to say something about the bad cards in tarot. There are no bad cards in tarot, but there are cards that get a bad rap, as the Tower card. I'm sure you know there are always challenges and difficulties in life, but that's what makes us grow, and often that's what makes situations move forward. So the message here is that the Tower can bring something down, but that's a good thing, because it shows you the truth and you are liberated, as then you know how to proceed and what you need to do. There are no masks or illusions anymore, and all the false truths are exposed, and anything that's not aligned with your energy will come to light. And once you know this, you can make things better. This week you will start over, and maybe at times you will backtrack again and re-examine what you did last week, which is okay, and how you can do it better. There's a martial aspect to this card, as it is associated with Mars, and you can imagine the Tower like a prison that opens up and lets you out. If you're wondering about the feelings of someone, they will probably have a sudden realization and maybe a big change in how they were dealing with things in your connection, which can go either way depending on how things were all this time. But if there was a need for change under the energy of the Tower, there will be change in 15 to 16 days, and you will experience a very different situation then. For Aquarius, we had the Hanged Man and now the Death. The Hanged Man is a pause, a break you may have decided to take from something or someone, slow energies, a moment you take to think things through and to see a situation from a different perspective. And it appears that there was a period of germination, so to speak, and that may lead you to a decision to end something. The Death is an ending, a disruption, and also shows a strong need for a big change, for transformation. And if transformation isn't happening and we fail to make the necessary changes, usually it's life that intervenes and makes things in such a way that the change will happen anyway, whether we want it or not. So if you're wondering how someone feels about you, they must be scared of some aspects of your relationship, and perhaps that's what is keeping them disconnected from you in some way. And there are things that they fear to face, to accept, and they also fear change. So you may notice that they are holding back to old patterns that do not serve anyone anymore. And maybe last week you found yourself at a crossroads trying to make a decision, but now you are heading towards change. Both cards are very strong and they show that you are coming to some major milestone. And both show that choices are not completely in your hands. There are things that are meant to be, but you do have free will and you do have certain power over your life. The Death is a natural order of things, and if you're wondering how things will progress, you will get the chance now to reassess your life, to reassess a situation, a relationship, and to look at things that you have not allowed yourself to look before. Maybe you have made the sacrifice last week, you gave up something that was precious or necessary, and you took risks. And you must keep in mind that even if there's a disruption and you feel upset or sad, you will come upon something new, something fresh that will fill the void of that disruption. In about 13 days, you will be able to look back and see how things have completely changed, and you will also be able to see the good in this transformation, the good that this change will bring into your life. It's important now that you trust the universe, but you can facilitate the process of change if you start making different choices. For Pisces, we had the High Priestess and now the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords shows some obstacles that stand in your way, and the High Priestess, which is a passive energy, shows that you are probably looking at those obstacles, not knowing what to do, as you are feeling trapped in a situation. The Eight of Swords is basically a mental prison. It's our thoughts that make us feel stuck, and those thoughts may revolve around how others will judge you, what others will think, what others want, and maybe you feel paralyzed by those thoughts, unable to move. If you are wondering how something will progress, there will be a need to liberate yourself, but first you need to figure out what it is or who it is that imprisons you in your own thoughts. If you're wondering how someone feels, there seems to be an inability or unwillingness to show their feelings, and that can happen for many reasons. For instance, this person is not available or is off limits for some reason, or it's not appropriate for them to show feelings, and it's very possible that they are refusing to deal with those feelings or acknowledge them. The Eight of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini, and there are many ways you can feel this energy. Jupiter is weak in Gemini, so the faith and optimism that usually this planet brings can be hindered by excessive worrying or overthinking or overanalyzing. So Jupiter's ability to expand and grow is stifled by feeling too self-absorbed. But at the same time, Jupiter in Gemini grants you good luck when it comes to communication, writing, messages, so you can use this energy if you have a negotiation to make, or an important talk, or a legal matter to be resolved. This energy will last for about 8 to 10 days, and it's by the end of this week you will feel it the most. So if you are feeling that you are not ready or willing to make any changes at the moment, try to use this time as a period of preparation, reflection and observation, and things will get much more clear. The dates between 21st to 30 May seems to be of particular importance, and something will happen then that will make you realize that if you need a way out, you can find it by using your intellect and your mind. So these were the tarot horoscopes for the week of May 9 to May 15. I hope you find them helpful, and I will see you next week. Have a very nice and productive week.